バリルバリアあなたのせいでバリラは美が無敵なんだよ。That's enough of that. This should be ready to work. So who's there this morning?
Hey, my name's Nico. I'm a fairy from the dream world.
Oh, you say that now, Lucky. You say that now.
You ever heard the story of Jade Cocoon? Monsters wander through the forest, and people live in fear of them hiding in magical protection. That age is said to have lasted a long time. Yet that entire pack of monsters is said to have been sealed in the Wormhole Forest by the brave actions of a single hunter. So, pretty amazing, huh?
There's a few waifus in this, yeah.
When the saga faded to legend, and after a long period of silence,
The first game was a bit more on the head with the waifus.
however,
This one's,
the time to assemble has
it just has
save the world
idols for you.
darkness. This recent Help Wanted ad stirred up the public by advertising, make a quick buck and all the
How's the sound, by the way?
honor you want. Come on out. Starting today, you too can be a hero. Yeah, magic and monsters you know
This
that
should
you
be
still won't be popular with the girls,
about how
so
everything
you
sounds.
attract them.
Game sounds a bit low.
This is the brave hero of our story. His name is Kahu. He's a perfectly normal little boy who adores the legendary Cocoon Master. You call that normal?
Take it to about low.
Well, we won't worry
That
about
should be better.
now. Thus, Kahu begins his journey and heads to the temple to meet his hero.
The start of this game has a few of these
What will become Kahu's fate?
unskippable cutscenes, and some of them are pretty long, but after that the game's pretty much like, hey, do what you want. Use the pirate is free.
Cool. I warped into a room. Is this the power of magic too? This is pretty scary inside. How do I get to be
I don't really have any stories.
Maybe I'll ask someone.
Not a lot of interesting has happened lately regarding that particular topic.
I haven't seen you around here.
Me?
I'm not too sure.
Huh? Why not?
Why should I trust you?
Yeah, I'm just talking to these guys because I just want to.
Hey, old man. How do I become a cocoon?
Cocoon Master.
Check the sound
These hunters.
Think
and
of it more like a super high.
make sure the text is displaying properly.
Anyway, you got a license?
I'm not sure if it's bouncing a little, but that might just be my eyes. It's not
Go to the Jade Throne.
too much to be a problem. The graphics should all be fine.
Hey, you. It's the bulletin board. Yep, I just...
So I think the graphics are fine. Oh yeah, they're gonna. They talk about licenses a lot in this game.
Son,
This is actually set in England.
Sir, where's the chief? I wanna be...
In fact, that's actually kind of because in the first game,
the Nagi people
Um,
are no longer here.
you actually start out with a knife,
On a long
and you
journey,
can go
leading
around
one
stabbing the enemies with your knife. But in this one, they completely removed the ability for your main person to hold weapons. So it is actually just London.
Legendary Cocoon Master?
You need a license for everything, and they took See, you say that, Lucky. You say the art looks a bit rough, but I have you know, as I'm reading off the front of my
forgotten
genuine case here,
Were I a normal man, should have died long ago. Ah, please brighten my
you know, never mind, that's only the first game.
may I?
I think the first game, the art's done by Studio Ghibli. Doesn't say it's done by Studio Ghibli on the box for the second game. The first game's really good. It was one of the first games I had, and I played a lot of it.
Legendary Cocoon Master
Yeah.
has gotta be an
I was
awesome
considering streaming that,
ones don't
but I was having a couple problems
Die is more.
with display issues. It's one of those things where you can either have something displayed properly and someone else breaks, or just have everything looking kind of weird but not broken.
Protecting the seal of the temple for eternity.
And then also, like, the early game was kind of really grindy, like you said.
How have you got together so many Cocoon Masters?
It's a really good game, though.
Come on, can't you just get them by yourself?
The divine beasts in the wormhole have spawned awful mutants. The Nagi
Well,
people feared
some of the
only
display issues are pretty good.
if they did
I had
not
the classic,
The divine beasts
like,
evolved and
doors
adapted to the environment
weren't
of the
where
world.
they were supposed to be. So they were, like, displayed slightly forwards and to the left of where they were. It turns out, in Jade Cocoon 1, they don't spawn in NPCs and have them come in the room. They just have all the NPCs standing outside the room. But when the door's not there, you can just see a bunch of people just standing outside the door. It's pretty good.
Get strong. I promised Dad.
Your dad? Is your dad strong?
Way strong. Huge fists and a big voice, too. He always says, son,
Another one was like the shadows and like cracks and stuff. Oh yeah, he has huge fists.
Let's start your training.
So I've
What's your
heard.
name?
My name
Just talking over all this exposition because
Please do.
I've actually heard it many times. I will go as far as to say this is probably one of my favourite games of all time, so I do know it fairly well.
It is a magic amulet.
I've played through it quite a few times.
cool.
As recently as like 2 years ago.
First, you need to learn walking through the wormhole funnel. But if you have no interest in the forest,
Well, you know,
many of today's youngsters are so impatient. it's
it
hard
could
to
be
keep
worse.
See
I
the
prefer how
Then push the button
some of the
to the
gameplay
and
mechanics
then
in the
right.
first game work to this one. But I just really enjoyed this game for some reason, I don't know why. Well, we're gonna have these really long tutorial, unskippable tutorial exposition. The start of this game is really bad.
This is an island in space-time, the Wormhole Forest. The divine beasts have a habit of making nests in the plants called Ogrevine. Once in the forest, first look for the nests of the divine beasts.
Yeah,
Nests of divine beasts. Ogre?
Ogrevine is quite a bit larger than the other plants in the forest. It's a
yeah,
plant that
tapioca
gives off light
JRPGs.
that vibrates. Go find it. If you get lost, push
Listen, I don't need to call it. Can't get lost, it's a straight line.
Wow, this is huge. Could this be it?
Yes, that. Now, go on in.
Cool. I can hear something.
Why do I like this game?
Alive. We're in the male stalk of the wormhole plant.
Male.
I guess a fair amount of it is probably nostalgia.
Exactly. A male stalk is an I can tell you more about this plant. How about it? Are you
No, I'm not interested. I know all about this plant.
So?
You sometimes find gems. These items are so go ahead.
It's like... Hey, what have you got against this run cycle, my dude?
I got
This game is...
That's a divine beast egg.
cool.
This game is, to me,
Finding eggs are object
like...
to advance.
It scratches a lot of itches that
Those
other games in this genre don't for me.
spores. Now go on and pick.
Like,
I got it.
I can't think of how to put this into words. You've got me on the spot here, Lucky.
Can you eat this thing?
Eat it.
I think the gameplay is generally fun. I like
Stimulated by odors. The princess vine.
games that just allow you to, like, you know,
That's how it works.
Pokemon slash Monster Rancher type games. I do enjoy those.
You'll be okay.
Beast hunters have it pretty rough.
Some of them are loaded with a bunch of bullshit, but this one's fairly streamlined in regards to that, which I appreciate a lot.
Your body is giving off musk spores. Now, find the exit. Right about now.
I don't know, there's just a lot of little things I like about it. And
Go outside.
it's kind of just a really comfy game I can come back to and just play without really, like, you know, thinking too much. You mentioned the walk cycle and now it's really bothering me. I'm not sure if it's just how it's supposed to look or...
Look, see it's you can go through here. And
I don't know, Lucky, what would you say is your favourite game?
Huh? Where am I?
you went through the wormhole tunnel in the Princess Vine and jumped to the next island. This is how you advance deeper into the wormhole forest. Got it?
this my ass.
Break. I'll show you how to return.
No, don't take a break.
Triangle.
Oh.
The menu will have use it to get out of temple.
I do know why, sadly.
What's wrong? Don't you pressing the triangle?
Oh, I know. I was skipping the. God's sake. I was skipping the dialogue, but every time you press the button, it's not the right button. It starts the dialogue over again. Oh yeah, there's definitely some bounce here. I just noticed it on the minimap. Let's see if we can fix that.
Looks like you made it back okay. Now you can learn how to use divine beasts.
Chrono Trigger is a game that I've played the start of. Ooh, that's worse. That's worse.
Finally start re-
I've played the start of it. But I haven't played it through fully, and I want to.
reaching divine beasts.
I think at the time when I tried it,
Try talking to lots of
I was
different
busy doing something else, so I never really got a chance to give it a fair shot.
transporter. Then pick where you want to go. Go to Kikinak and Gut
I have
for
only heard
information about
good
the
things,
items
though.
picked up in the fall. The shrine
I'd like
maiden
to try
in the
Chrono
valley
Trigger.
will tell you about hatching
What's the sequel, Chrono Cross or something like that?
Go to the arena to
I'd like to try
learn
that as
battle
well.
formations.
And I'd like to try
All that at once. Anyway,
Xenogears.
hatch the egg I just picked up.
Fine. Let's meet back here.
Yeah.
Once you are this-
I know. Oh, what was he telling me to do then?
Hey, where do you think you're?
Can I?
Today's youngsters are first hatch your egg.
Right, okay, hatch my eggs. Rough as in hard, or rough as in, you know, shoddily made? This is Pokemon's, Max. This is the best Pokemon game.
I got a divine beast.
Trust me.
Well then,
It
shall we
is
hatch the egg?
Pokemon. Although, this game does remove the Pokeball mechanic which the first game had, and instead replaces it with eggs. I do miss the Pokeball mechanic from the first game, but, you know, take what you can get. Alright, it's this weird input system. Alright, Lucky. Here you go. Here's your prize.
This completes your practice in hack.
Yeah,
Learn the basics of how to fight back.
there's a lot of
Divine beast hatched today.
old JRPG games like that,
Check it out. Now,
but they just
give the newborn a good name.
have thousands of characters. And yeah, it's Pokemon, but it's SMT, but it's also, I don't know, man. I think weirdly the first game is easier to explain because the first game is Pokemon,
What's wrong?
but you have a sword,
With your battle trick. Listen close
and you
to the
can
arena
just
and
stab the
strike
Pokemon to death if you don't want to catch them.
Where do you think you're going?
Oh wait, I really should be paying attention to what he's telling me to do.
Nothing. Listen close to the arena.
Arena instructor, okay.
Are you in?
Alright, you'll see what the basic combat's like here. Oh god, don't zoom in on those plates.
The beast and the kick.
Yeah.
First is he who many fire. How do you get it? A yellow whip.
Yeah, I hate that when they have really strong character, but it's actually just like the meme character. And you kind of want to use them because they're really strong, but at the same time, like, you'd rather have a character you care about.
Waiting to find. Oh, the recovery.
Yeah, Max wouldn't know that. Max has to be optimal, don't you, Max?
Now you're sick. If you're stuck, last of all, against an. Look, if they are, pay close. Lesson 2: defeat the map. A divine. So keep.
Oh, there we go. Tutorial complete, guys. Did you get all that? You understand how it works now?
That's all I've got.
First we are going to take a water.
This water. Once you're helped.
Oh wait, I thought that was asking me which one I wanted. I didn't realize it took me to the other tutorial. Oh no. Ah. That is. That's max. That's peak max. I feel like
To help you on your trip, pick a divine beast.
as I play games less now,
So you want to restore type?
I am
You fall.
slowly leaning towards the max style of things,
Raising them too. You might raise a
but
powerful divine.
not like
Go
max
to
hard.
Pro.
Hey there, young man.
I kinda don't want to play for a game like 60 times anymore.
Aren't you cute? Say, young man, who's prettier?
Okay guys, who's prettier? The girl on the moon or the weird guy speaking to us? Pick your waifu, guys. You gotta pick a waifu, Lucky, it's the law. Oh, that's 2 letters. Moose 2 letters.
Moo, of course. With that mask over your face, I can't see you too well.
Oh, you nasty little. But you may be right. I am wearing this mask. Since you were honest, let me tell you, young man, you want to power up that.
So,
Wow. Can you
I'll tell you why he wears the mask.
do it?
Once you get your license,
Power up your beast stamp.
you get a mask, which shows your allegiance to one of the Pokemon types.
More and more shields to protect you.
This guy uses Nars, which are like
That's right.
fish
But not
dudes.
everyone can take the test anytime. These hunters have something called the.
He's got a fish dude license. Yeah, Naz is in like.
You must have a
Lucky,
certain
come on,
level of
dude.
reputation in order
Whoa, you got it.
Don't sulk, but the advancement test to get stronger.
Why'd you have to bring up death? It's a nice, happy stream.
Levon, I passed my beast
Good job. Now is the final test. Use your training and experience.
Skip the dialogues, I don't care anymore.
Get to the
If I lose,
No, Max, I did explore every single area completely and talk to every NPC. But
however
I would just pick 2 characters I like and not care about the stats.
don't, you can use them now.
But now I'm kind of like, hey, maybe I should care about the stats a little. Oh, Lucky. Oh, you know Lucky. He doesn't play games. Yeah, I don't know what that bouncing is on that. Wait, I think I do actually. Nope, no I don't. I thought I did, but I don't. Yep, I have no idea. Yep. It's not one of those, I'll tell you that much. While I agree with you there, Max, when I play a game, even if, like, the other person wants to explore everything, whenever I play a multiplayer game, I always feel... I never play things how I normally play. Because I always feel like... I don't know, I can't be wasting time because the other person's playing. Other than what it is. Excuse me? Shiny red balls? I'm not saying I'm a submax, I'm just... when I say like... You guys... When I play a game, I will waste so much time, like, just doing random shit. And I know I do that, but I enjoy it. But when I play with other people, there's like this part of my... there's like a voice in my head that's like, dude, you can't, you need to like, fucking play the game. You can't just do this shit.
You can also,
And it kind of makes me rush.
but thinking your mana points.
Subway's quality is dwindling. Also, you shouldn't be going to Subway because they are involved in a class action lawsuit against your country and you're a traitor to Canada, sir. How does it feel? I mean, not to get political or anything, but weren't they like not paying their taxes to your government or something?
Hey, I found the boss.
Found the boss, guys.
I may look like this, but I'm your teacher.
Teacher? Oh, I get it. More training. So, do you know a lot about the forest?
Of course. You know all about beast hunt. That is the object of the beast hunt.
It's obviously to wear cool masks.
To wear cool masks or something.
No, that can't be. The beast hunters fight to purify karma.
What is this accent, dude?
Teach, one question.
Totally different, Sonny. Parasitic insects have altered their appearance.
Altered? To what?
To humans. Isn't that awful? That's the
No, it's not that.
recently mimicking the beast hunters.
Mimicking? What?
It means
Alright. I'll give you guys all the exposition you need.
they may look
Once we're at the tutorial and we're out in the wild wild west, Desperados, you don't want nada. Some of this. Yeah, Britain's overrun with them. it's horrible. But once we're out in the wild, I will give you all of the story that they've just given us. Yo, butter chicken's so good though. I mean, but the thing is, Max, I'm not competent. Also, like Aerosmith, I don't want to miss a thing. So, like, I don't want to be where the other person's not, because I might miss something, you know? Yeah. What Lucky saying?
Not bad. You did well.
You were pretty strong yourself.
Hey, where?
Hey, that's a...
Don't let your guard. Pay close attention.
Alright, get ready for a story dump, guys.
I've got a bad feeling. Wonder if something's still here. Cool. But what is this?
Ooh, what's this?
Oh, pretty. Hey, this must be an egg of a rare divine beast.
Oh, you tell him, Lucky. You're a strong, independent streamer who don't need no man.
Huh? Where am I? Still.
Yeah, but he's bouncing alright.
What? Another me? Who are...
Is this a clamping issue? This might be a clamping issue.
Me? I'm you. You're gonna turn into me. What? Hey, imposter! Try making Shut up! All you gotta do is hand over your butt.
Hand over your bod! Alright, so it's this, and then there's another cutscene, and then the tutorial's over. I'm gonna do a very impressive tactic here called Let the Story Boss Kill Me. But unfortunately one of my guys does heal, so it's gonna take maybe one more hit. There we go. This is our speedrunning strats, by the way. Although speedrunning strats would have been me to take the guy who doesn't heal. You can't actually win this. He does infinite damage and doesn't take any.
Hey, you there.
Who?
Yep, I'm Nico, a bear who came from the dream world,
So,
to be exact.
Nico Yazawa from Love Life?
Anyway, he's got trouble.
In my heart.
Where there's light, there's shadow. Don't touch he who soils divine
Nico, Nico, Nico.
Huh? Don't you learn that from
What? So,
bingo? Pretty roses have thorns.
you're from the dream world.
Oh, between heaven and deep space, or maybe another world.
Ah, I get it.
Alright, Let's just skip through the rest of this.
Huh? What do you mean? Yikes!
There we go.
This is how Kahoo and I met. He whose soil
This should be the last cutscene,
harboring
and then the game starts.
Poor Kahoo's heart was shared by another violent Kahoo. A heart divided into light and shadow cannot be one or the other. Only the strong survive, and this is the law of the wild. Humans, beasts of knowledge, imperfect creatures who know too much. This world you see is full of traps that test humans like Kahoo. Kahoo touched my cocoon, but this too was one of those traps. I was summoned from the dream world to take the role of leading these imperfect beasts and determining their fate. Not what you'd call a dream job, huh? Even chance meetings are the result of inescapable karma. So, that's a really ugly tale. Oh well, what you gonna do?
There's another Kahoo inside of you, Kahoo. So Kala has become a human parasite.
Sir, what do we do?
That's mean!
But this is real trouble. If we just...
No! You're joking, right?
The only way to do it is to pull Kalma out of you and have a...
Pull him out? That guy? How?
Dark summoning. There's one way. If only we had the forest orbs.
The dark summoning, guys.
What are those?
Long ago.
That's how you know it's serious.
Forced ordeal.
Fire, wind, water, earth. If I play the dark looter,
Max, please.
So, if I collect those...
Also, I just skipped over that, but the loot he's holding is called the Dark Loot, apparently. It's a very evil instrument.
At this rate, I'll no longer...
Well then, I'll give you
Everyone
a
feels the
license to
power
open
of the
Kumari Gate.
Dark Loot.
I too shall practice on this dark loot from this day forward.
Apparently, he hasn't been practicing his loot, he's just been holding it this entire time. Just for looks.
Good timing anyway. You're so lucky to have someone like me who knows...
Here's... Anyway,
Oh, God.
what... Would it...
Hey, promising.
No?
Who?
Well, you must
Do you know...
fairly.
Now I...
Not really? Is all I can really say there? I don't want to spoil the story for you.
You bet!
Yep. I mean, yeah, these are the tutorial guys, I was making sure. I'm kinda skipping it for my sake because I have heard this maybe 90 times. And that's kind of an exaggeration, but you know, something like that. Sleep spool. So when we get into the forest, I will explain everything that's just happened. Max, it's, we're not being real anymore, okay? Okay, so, in this game, we are cool. We've joined a group of people called Beast Hunters, who are on a holy quest to go into the Divine Forests and capture beasts for some reason, but also the Divine Forest used to be part of the real world, but it was sealed away in the events of the first game. And when they sealed it, they also sealed in a load of evil. So the beast hunters go into the forest to cleanse the evil, but the evil became sentient and now forms these creatures called Kalma, and Kalma take the form of the divine beasts, and now it's gotten to the point where they start taking the form of humans. So you've got a Cylon situation on your hands, and during the tutorial there, one of the Kalma entered our body and has half turned our body into like a demon, I guess. They don't have a plan. See, as you see,
Hey, what are you guys doing in such a place?
no, they don't mess up the ending.
What are the strongest divine beasts in the world?
I bet it's Choose.
I know.
It's kind of weird that they put this question in here, because there's a few times NPCs refer to the monster types in this game. But they use the monster types from the first game, which don't actually exist in this game. So there's not a genus in this one called Choose, but you're supposed to know to pick it. I don't know. So, as for the combat, you capture your Pokemons, and then they simplified the whole system by you put your Pokemons on this wheel thing, and then whichever side the wheel is facing the enemy is the side that's in combat. Oh, don't you start, boy. So at any one time, you can have 3 of your beasts on the wheel, in combat or on the wheel, and it's ordered by their elements. And you might be thinking, hey, Nikki, what about the corners? Wow, that's the thing. There it can be active in 2 different places. Ah, isn't that interesting? So for example, I can have someone on the corner between fire and wind, and when I'm set to fire side, they will use their fire attacks, and then when I'm on the wind side, they will use their wind attacks. Another simplification this game did from the first game is they made elements have specific roles. So rather than like each element having like its own healing, its own like offensive magic and stuff, its own debuffs and buffs. They do to an extent have their own buffs and debuffs. But fire is for attacking, generally. Water is for healing, generally. Earth is for defense, generally. And wind is for debuffs, generally. Basically, Max, yeah. Didn't you tell me to play Skies of Arcadia recently? Or was that someone else? There might have been someone else. We are going to... Yeah, we just need to go Aston first. You do. It was somebody on Discord told me to play Skies of Arcadia. I can't remember who it was. Mike? Would it have been Mike? Doesn't feel like a Mike thing to suggest. Really? Huh. Huh, okay. Maybe it was Mike then. I'm trying to be cautious about going into combat. Because even though we need the experience, you might be noticing, but my main attacker guy, if you look at the display in the bottom right, is going through his mana really quickly. Which is kind of annoying. It's kind of the big roadblock for most of the game, is your mana. Because again, this one, compared to the first game, they really simplified the system. And so, the,
Yo there, I'm one of the coup guys. You use coups too?
I love the coup guys.
I want to use lots of different ones, so I'm interested.
What do you mean, fan?
It's a
This man's
good
no
accent.
big deal. It's the sign of a coup beast hunter. Coups are good. They're fast, can fight, and good at defense. They're good at magic too. Absolutely.
But yeah,
It
they,
take a while to raise 'em now.
because they simplified it, you can't give your divine beasts orders in this game. They just
Yeah.
use their attack, which means they can burn through their mana incredibly quickly, even though you might sometimes want them to just use a normal attack. They will always use their mana attack instead. Which is kind of annoying, but you know, what are you gonna do? Aside from play a different game. And I'm using these because I know from experience I'm just going to be throwing away these items later, so I might as well be using them. And the art game, I mean, nothing really happened to it, I just don't feel like playing it right now. The art game requires a certain level of thinking, which I am not prepared to do at this present time. So I'm playing a game that I can pretty much just autopilot. What's that supposed to be, Max? I think... Okay, I know what it means. I think our boy should evolve when we hit 12 plus
What are you doing here?
at this stage, I think. Hey, by the way, this game has evolutions.
Huh? Then
You can say
what? Oh,
That's terrible. You're making it sound. Serves you right.
no way, never. I asked,
forest or
sir, you know. His name's Wu. He's my rival. Hey, old man. I'm never gonna let you get away.
So this is one of our rivals. There's a rival for every forest.
usual. You don't motivate me at all.
Who you calling weak? Try saying that after we sir, who is this guy? You having an argument?
Do not worry. I beat him once, and now he's always like this. He is quite able, but he relies on brute force alone. But wait. Right now,
Yeah,
no matter how strong you cannot get the orbs.
Orbs? Don't know about him. What's that?
the voice acting is horrible, and every
Deep in the forest.
character has like... Well, their voices have character. They're not all doing the usual dubbing thing where everyone just does the same sarcastic voice.
I might as well fight with one strong enough to get the orbs.
Hey, don't you forget that. I'll just go get him. Then we fight, okay?
It's like the character, the boy there, like he had his voice breaking there and everything. Like they actually gave character to the character.
Kahoo entered a stifling, burning hot forest in pursuit of the orb. Until meeting the funny-looking old man and having a chat, you thought, what an easy victory.
I did forget. Whenever we meet one of our rivals, she is gonna do some exposition again.
Before you know it, he's in competition for the orb with a simple little boy. Kahoo, you succeeded in walking right into it. You call this exciting? I can't believe it.
Oh yeah, Max. Now that you're here and it's not just Lucky, how is the volume?
Woo, you're terrible.
Satisfied, Kahoo? Now
Let it
Oh right, the fairy. So, the fairy, she was just hanging around in her fairy cocoon, in the fairy cocoon land. And then we walked up to it and we were like, hey, it's a fairy cocoon. And then we touched it, and she came out the fairy cocoon. But also because every light has a shadow, that's where the demon that's currently infecting our body came from as well. So we touched a girl and we got a horrific disease that's ravaging our body right now. Never touch females, my dudes. No, Max, we touched it and now we have a tail. She's fine. She got off easy. It's only us who are suffering. Don't kill me. It also gave us a horn, but we only have the horn sometimes. So make that what you will. And yeah, like any JRPG, there's gonna be just heaps and heaps of allegory and metaphor in this game. Quite like what you're theorizing right now. Listen, Max, this is an SMT. There's no Mecha or Medina. It's a different game series.
Hey, there he is. There you are, rival.
Who's asking?
Oh,
You're
I hope we don't have to fight him.
Don't mix me up with those monsters.
You're pretty obnoxious too, hey? Bad attitude, huh? Yeah, I'm pretty much stuck with her too.
Well, what a misogynist, Kahu.
Bet you'd be real sad without me.
Yo, you looking for that orb thing too? That's right. We're
It probably does say Medina.
rivals. Me? I'm Nan.
Maybe Media, actually. I'm not sure. I can't remember what the spells are called in this game. The lower level spells, anyway. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, it is Medina. I lose track of the nonsense words that JRPGs use for their spells. I kind of miss the flavour, but I do appreciate Final Fantasy XIV renaming things from, like, instead of having Fire, Firaga, Firaja, whatever, just naming them Fire 1, Fire 2, Fire 3 and Fire 4. It's pretty appreciated.
Find something good.
Let's go hatch this egg. Hey, Max. Do you want to be the Healy Boy or a magic fire attacker who we can't use yet? Okay. This one is another beast that we will probably use, or I will probably use, I don't know if I stream any more of this, until, like, the end of the game. It's just a nice thing. Min-max. This is Minimax. We're gonna do Min Space Max or Min Max one word. One word or two words, Max? One word. Branding is important, which is why you should all go to Patreon/Nikki65 and sub. It's Patreon at Nikki65, same as this channel. Also go to my YouTube, Nikki65, and my Teespring at Nikki65, and my Twitter at Nikki65, and my Furfinity account at Nikki65. Yeah, what would you have on your Teespring, Lucky? You'd need to hire an artist to do, like, your shirts, right? Yeah, same. Okay, that container in the corner there should be translucent, but it's completely opaque. I'm not sure you can have furry porn on your shirt on Teespring. Are you saying really to me saying you can't have furry porn on your shirt on Teespring, or are you saying really to Max thinking that not everyone has a Fur Affinity account? Oh no. They're censoring the right once again. Must have been those dastardly credit card companies. Hey, it's our first Kalmar. You can tell he's a Kalmar and not a person by the fact he growled at us. It's the big hint. No, sometimes you talk to actual people, Max, and they initiate combat. Listen, okay guys? Learn the law. If they don't speak to you, they're Kalmar because they haven't learned how to speak yet, because they're still imperfect copies of humans. Could you please engage in the law? This is a game that's very dear to my heart, and I would appreciate it if you engaged with the law. Alright, and you're probably wondering, well, you're probably not wondering, but I'm gonna pretend you're probably wondering so I can say it to kind of fill dead air here. To progress through the floors of the forest, basically, we're in what is effectively a giant plant. We're in what is effectively a giant plant, and the plant has two parts which are important to us. The male and the female parts of the plant. The male parts are called ogre vines. And ogre vines normally have bosses or important NPCs in them. And once we've cleared that, there is a flower, or a flowering sort of thing, at the rear of the ogre vine, which, when you go near it, expels a... I guess I'll say a strong-smelling, sticky ball, which we then have to eat. And And when we eat the strong-smelling sticky ball which is expelled by the male plant, the pheromones it gives off... the pheromones it gives off tell the female plant to open up so we can walk inside the female plant and use it as a portal. This was all explained in the tutorial. I skipped over the dialogue. But this was all said in the tutorial. I thought you were making a loot game, Lucky. It's just, everyone was bad. Speaking of bad. That's embarrassing. Yeah, I should have used a mana potion before I talked to him, but I'm a dumb. We shouldn't need to grind, but I might do a little grinding just to be safe. Oh, what are you doing for work now, Max? Are you still at the same place? Oh, you said something recently about being somewhere else, but I don't pay attention. Food bank, that was it. Were you the one, where is it the situation where the co-workers are the kind who take all the good food home for themselves? Was that you? I lose track. Because one of my other friends works at the food bank. Max has become one of them, a capitalist, stealing food right from the mouths of the poor.
Hey there, guy.
Right, this guy, see, this is an NPC, whoever we talk to, he'll start combat. He won't turn into a monster though. But this time we're prepared. We will not lose.
Hey there, guy.
Hey, that.
You're big for your brick.
Right, fighting the southern guy with his weirdly charming way of talking and his
You a stranger?
much more advanced divine beast than I have. He has 3 of them. If you guys look in the bottom left of your screen, you'll notice he has 3, I have 2. So we might actually lose this. I might have just made a very bad mistake. Never mind, they're really weak. Never mind, they're really strong. That is good, Max. I know, I am eligible to get food from the food bank, but as far as I'm aware, like, what are one stocks is all like perishable canned goods and stuff. And we already have like a load of those, so I'd kind of feel bad about going there? Ah, feck. Oh, looky! No, 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 no. Ah! How do we keep getting away with it? Switch, switch. Ah, you wanker! We might actually just win this, guys. We got extremely lucky. See, this Strudel, he is a man. A man who knows that the greatest joy in life is serving the Queen. The second greatest joy in life is a tin of canned spaghetti poured over a couple slices of toast. Maybe a bit of salt and pepper on top if you're feeling a bit cheeky. A bit fancy, if I do say so myself. It is divine. It's not our fault that you non-Commonwealth people don't know what good food is. Whoa! Strudel! My dude.
Hey, take this.
I'm not nobility.
This is our cook. Collect a lot of them. Then how about playing?
Alright, so we beat an NPC in a battle, which means we get a medal. For every second medal we get a rare egg, which has a variant of a monster which is not normally attainable within just regular play. So it is good to beat those guys up. It's... I don't know how to describe the canned spaghetti. It's not like spaghetti. Right, let's see if we can get a third beast on our wheel. So what do you guys normally eat on? I haven't really ate anything interesting like the past week. Just been having like chicken or sausages. No curry or anything, which is a shame. Yeah? Is it like a Tim's deal, or are you going somewhere where it's actually like a breakfast place? And you're a pleb, which is why I ask. I do want to go to Tim's, actually. Oh, that reminds me, Max, I do need to get a plane ticket. I think, depending on the apartment we get, I'm gonna be... Yeah, that's what I'm doing as well, Max. I think I'm gonna be £40 short for the plane ticket after the apartment cost. So I'll probably get that next month, I believe. Anyway, we cleared this advancement test with no worries. Which means we should now be able to take Min-Max with us. Which will greatly increase our offensive capability.
If you catch it,
I mean, I shouldn't need to, Max. I do really appreciate the offer, but I'm pretty certain it should be fine. I should probably... I remember for the third and fourth tiers of the forest to map pretty well. But for these lower ones, I can't remember which of the ogre vines actually have spawn points in them, because they have fixed spawn points. So, some ogre vines, they'll always, well, not always, there'll be a chance that that's one where an egg can spawn, or there's a chance that that's where a Kalma can be, or that's where a gem could be, or a healing item could be. And some of them will always be empty. And some of the later floors, I know which one's which pretty well. But right now, I'm going to have to like check all of them each time, unless I bring up a map. And all the maps are those like ASCII drawings on like GameFAQs, and they're like 10 characters high. I mean, I think I'm like probably the person who uses, over the last decade, I think I might have used those and the wiki more than anyone else. So I should probably actually like bother filling those in, even if it's only for like myself. But then again, that means editing a wiki, which is... ugh. Yeah, I should probably do this little bit of grinding, because we're on the third room of the first... I don't know, we're on the... Yeah, first floor of the forest. And... these regular mobs are taking a bit of a beating. That's the guy who killed us before. He had the nerve to spawn again.
Be prepared! No!
That's just Twitch things, Max.
Save up!
I actually don't know what any of my broadcast settings are, I will be honest. They're not default, but I haven't changed them in several years. I'm just going on the assumption that it's working fine and nobody's complained about anything, so... Here we go! Evolution time, guys. Yeah, he didn't beat us this time. He was easy. I don't know what happened before. Must have been a fluke. When we get somebody to level 20, I'll talk about how the progression in this game works. And yeah, Max, you should take some out of the shower. I can smell you from here.
Who's asking? You're pretty up.
Don't mix me up with those monsters. Wanna get cursed?
You're pretty obnoxious too. Hey, do something about her. She's your pet, right? Bad attitude, huh? Yeah, I'm pretty much stuck with her too.
Ow me. Bet you'd be real sad without me.
Yo, you looking for that orb thing too? That's right. We're rivals. I'm Kahu. Pleased to meet you. Rivals? Don't flatter yourself. Get in my way and you'll get hurt. Me? I'm Nan. Anybody who don't know me got their head in the sand.
I don't like this guy. Also, I hope you guys like the battle music, because it's for battle music. For normal encounters, anyway. And second evolution. So the next floor...
Excuse me.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Demonstrate the strength of us.
What are you talking about?
Fighting is the best way to
Whoa, Lucky. Come on, dude.
Okay, let's go.
How's the art going? Ah, feck. I honestly can't tell if you are or not. It's just whenever I ask you what you've been drawing lately, it's always been the same sort of answer. So there is a part of me that believes maybe that's because it is the answer. I mean, feel free to prove me wrong. I've seen you draw weeb shit, and weeb shit is only one layer removed from porn. It was furry weeb shit as well, which is like basically the cusp.
So,
Yes, quite.
They risk their lives, the Ogs do.
that is my way.
Yet. I don't know, I think... I'm against the idea now. Like a year or two ago, I think I would have been encouraging for it, but nah, I don't know, man. There's money there, but at what cost, dude? At what cost? Like Neff indeed. There is a cost to your soul. There's no physical costs, aside from maybe your health.
Hello.
Also, if Trudeau finds out what you've been drawing and they take you to the slammer.
Thank you.
You gotta think about these things, dude.
Find something good.
I don't know. What do you draw that isn't like characters? Or is it just characters?
Save up for a rainy day.
Are you still talking about the porn or the Islamophobia? Hey man, I don't know. You said I'd be surprised, so... Could have been either. Anyway, Lucky, I don't want to do the fire boss just yet. I want to get a couple levels first. You know, we'll just go back to fire. It's fine. Yeah. Figured I asked. Then about the world, my dude. My silent co-host. I don't really have any funny stories to tell this week, sadly. Maybe hopefully in the coming weeks, seeing as I'll be outside, I might have some socially awkward encounter I can regale you about another morning, but not this morning, I'm afraid. Which is a shame. I think the only interesting thing was, actually I don't even think you were here at the start of the stream. I did sing a little. I think I have a lot of material in here. I just don't think any of it's worth talking about. Like, I could ramble on about just a bunch of random shit. Well, I don't think anyone needs to hear any of that. When it comes to real life events, yeah, I don't have any material for that. That's just... there's nothing, dude. I know this one's empty, why am I going in here? That's where the guy was. Alright, this floor, one of the ogre vines, has a boss. So we're going to be very careful.
Our power is not to be used for this.
I'm alright. Right as I can be at 20 to 7 in the morning.
Hey, Woo, what you mumbling about?
Oh.
Masters. Weren't they wiped out with the way of divine beasts?
Just, you know, coasting on. There's nothing really going on in my life right now. Well, right now.
If you feel rage,
Just waiting for HR to finish bureaucracy so I can start working at this theatre. You know how HR be. Let's have a bit of my drink. Quickly learning why Max keeps an entire jug filled of water next to him. I guess I could talk about the theatre thing. I mentioned it on your Discord, but basically, I'm kind of really tired about just doing nothing all day in the house, and I do need to get outside, so I went to the Royal Palace Theatre. I'm actually not on my computer right now, so if you're saying anything, or if there's anything going on in my game, I have no idea, because I am not even in my room. Yeah, so I went up to the Palace Theatre. Was basically just like, hey, guys, do you need a volunteer? Because I need to go outside. And they're like, yeah, sure. Okay, I'm back. Whew. So yeah, I went to the theatre and asked the volunteer, and they're like, yeah, sure. We just need to have you fill in like this health form. Because, I don't know, legal insurance reasons. And we'll send it on to HR and then you can just come when you want. But it's, they're like, I really chill about it. Like, I can just come in, basically whenever I want. It's like just a super flexible schedule. What am I gonna do? Basically, because I just wanna just like do something. I have basically told them I will do anything, but I won't do that. So on most days, it'll probably just be something as simple as like doing usher work. You know, just walk in and just like make sure people are getting into the theatre and showing them down to their seats. That'd just be like a, you know, it's an easy thing to do for like a hour a week or something. But depending on what they do, like I could be doing bar work, could be helping out like technicians at the back, just anything really. Just whenever they need somebody to do something that day, I can do it. Like, I don't really care what I do. Yeah, dude. Why the theatre and why? Well, the second question I kind of already answered, and that's I wanna like be doing something with my time. Like I need the reason to be going out. And just like doing something. This is like something I just wanted to do. As for the wider theatre, well, that's why I was saying, because it's just a completely flexible schedule. I can do it when I want, so there's not like a lot of pressure there, and also it kind of looks really good on the CV, so it does have practical help. Ah, fuck. Oh, why am I so bad at this game? I blame you, Lucky. So I'm not paying attention. I should pay attention at least for the boss fights. What was I saying? As for the theatre, I generally enjoy the theatre. I've been there a few times. It's close by. Well, I mean, a lot of things are close by because I live right in the centre of town. I kind of figured it would be the sort of place where I went in and say, hey, do you need a volunteer? They would have probably said yes. I don't know why. And also, like, there's like menial jobs there that I can do, but there's also like things that are more towards what I have training in. Like if I need someone to do sound technician, which they do sometimes, I can do that as well. So it's not just like I'm going there to completely just... Is there an actual project? No. It's kind of been a big problem in my life, Lucky. I'm pretty sure we talked about this before. But I kind of just have like zero motivation about anything. I've kind of been stuck in over years? Has it been years? Yeah, I know. It's not as simple as, you know, don't feel down about it, you know? Yeah? Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's kind of like the dream, really, isn't it? To find something you're good at and you enjoy. Oh no, it's a Kalma. Yeah. I mean, the teaching stuff I did really enjoy that, and my teaching teacher did say I had, what was he said, a real pediological talent, which is, sounds kind of dodgy, but you know, that's something I did really enjoy, but 9 really like the right mental space for that, if you know what I mean? I feel like it's something I would like to do in the future. Just need to practice actually speaking to human beings. Or just actually speaking. One second, there's the phone. Sorry about that. My mum phoned. She's on her way home. She's gonna be making bacon butties when she gets back. So I'm gonna look forward to in about an hour. Yeah, that was a really good report. Strudel. Currently I'm only trained to teach English. But I do have the qualifications to teach music as well. But I kinda don't really want to do that. And yeah, you know. But I am actually fully trained to teach English. From a decent school as well. Not just one of those ones where they ask you to fill in an online test and then they send on. I did a full, like, week seminar thing and months of essays and crap for this. And this is gonna sound, I don't know, like I'm filleting myself, but that's the thing, Stu. I do really enjoy it. It's just something I can't really do right now because I don't like going outside because of mental problems. Anyway, yeah, back to filleting myself. Before I became a shut-in neat, we're going back to too real territory. Before I became a shut-in neat, well, hello, cat. And, you know, the whole depression and anxiety thing, and scared of, like, physically scared of going outside and just talking to people. It was kind of like a 360 because I was quite a sociable person. I had a large social group. I got on well with load of people. I didn't really have a problem speaking to strangers. I generally this is where I say it's gonna sound like I'm filleting myself. I was generally well liked, and I did get on with people. I'm very good at building a rapport with people, and just
Thank you for coming. May the children of the
getting on with any group of people. And then I don't know, something in my brain was like, "Hey, fuck you, dude," and everything just all kind of fell apart. And then for several years, this would have been about 2014, I think. And basically since then, I've been picking up the pieces basically.
What you asked me to do.
For the first few years,
That's a big help. Now all will go well.
most days, like I wouldn't even get out of bed. Like I'd spend all day not doing anything, just lying in my bed, staring at the ceiling, you know, just crying to myself basically. That's what it was like for a while. It's 50 repute. I don't have 50 repute. Shadow Dance, Tamper Torch. I don't want a Tamper Torch. What do you want? You want that. So I want you. Windbound. So yeah, it was like that for a few years, and like, not exaggerating. I was scared to go outside, like, kind of still am to an extent, but like, being just outside terrified me. That's the thing, it's just being outside. Like, it's just Britain, dude, you know? There's a lot of it's kind of like a symptom of things, like suddenly like developing like just being afraid of people, and then going outside, I guess kind of like a lot of
Hey, you're
like, I guess going outside started to associate like having to do things, and so I just wanted to avoid it at all costs.
Alcos don't have much health points.
Real talk though. Lay on me, Lucky.
Maybe it'll work.
Yeah. Yeah, it sucks, man.
Sir.
It is more important.
Sir.
Where has it gone?
Hey, sir.
Oh, yes! I am so... My name is...
My name's...
Oh!
I mean, it did for several years, which is bring us back to the start. That's why I'm doing this volunteering thing, to give me something to actually go outside, like, to get me out of this rut. Because leaving it to like my own devices, I'm not gonna do shit. But it, you know, for a few years it did just completely consume my life.
Then up.
just kind of stopped talking to people completely. Like,
I shall
I've said this a few times in chat. My friends, my real life friends, are great.
I don't know why, but there are
Because
people who are
I shut myself in a box,
wanna put
and I
value
wouldn't talk to anyone. I did this isolate myself.
on forest research
But they kept knocking.
who is a heritage of humanity.
They wouldn't let me
He's
be.
really just a little brat.
So I've managed to stay in contact with a few friends just because, like,
Enter a competition for the orb.
I don't know, they were extremely patient and great, and
Essentially, he's a forest fanatic. Will this match
I don't
end
know,
in
man.
victory?
They wouldn't let me. They wouldn't let me just cry in peace, the wankers.
Dr. Gill,
I cannot say that.
And
Well, my theory may be correct.
so that means that
Yeah, the worst. So yeah, that was first 2 years. I didn't leave the house at all. Most days wouldn't even leave my room. And then it'd be like a few times a year I'd go out and like stay with a friend or visit a friend or something. And that was as frequent as leaving the house got. And then the first time I like left the house for real for an extended period of time was PDXCon last year. That was kind of it's a big milestone for me at the time, because it was just out of all my comfort zones. You know, there's people. Yeah, I could barely walk. Like, my legs had atrophied. It was completely terrifying. But it went well. I think aside from the just hating every minute of it, not hating it. I mean, I enjoyed my time there. I enjoyed spending time with the lads, but like, it was extremely emotionally draining, I think is the way to explain it. Like, you hear a lot from people who have like depression and anxiety. When they talk to people or when they like interact with people, it makes them exhausted. Like, just the act of like even just like sitting in a room with somebody not talking, just is really mentally draining. And so it was like that for, well, how long were we there for? 4 days? 4 days? 5 days? It's 4 days, right? So yeah, that was like, it was like a huge thing when we was at Stockholm. by the end of it, I just wanted to like, well, when I got home, I got in, like, first thing I did when I got home, I got into bed and I didn't move for ages because I was just like, it's good to be home. I think because we've been talking to the boys for a while, that did help a lot. Talking to boys and like just like just chatting like this. Some of them talk to on TeamSpeak a lot, like Max. Hey Max, hey dude. Good friend Max here. That did help. I guess I never... I definitely didn't explain it at the time. And I don't think I've explained it since.
Well, would you care for a battle?
But here's a guy with a mouse mask and he wants to fight us.
Yeah, sounds...
You serious? You might be crying later.
So yeah, yeah, I don't think I have explained this to you. But what do we call this?
You prepared?
The sock incident, I guess is what we'll call it. But as far as everyone is concerned, the one morning when they woke up, I wasn't there. And my excuse later on that day was I went out to buy socks. Which is, to an extent, true. I did try and buy socks. But the reason I wasn't there is because I couldn't sleep that night, and I was having I don't even know what you'd call it. I was just really anxious, and I don't know, I wanted to cry or whatever. Yeah, like a panic attack. No, not gas. I did not want to gas them. Yes, I just had to, like, get out of there. I'm surprised I didn't wake anyone up, because I was, like, rooting for my bag to get, like, my tablets and stuff, and I couldn't find shit. And so yeah, I just had to, like, get out of the apartment and just go for a walk or whatever. And then while I was there, I was like, yeah, my feet fucking hurt. So while I'm out here, you know, having my existential crisis. Also, by the way, fuck Sweden in the morning. Every part of Sweden in the morning, right? Go to the subway station. The signs, the billboard, like, timetable things, they're all like, hey, dude, train you on. Left platform. So I go there, I sit down. Both the train that comes to the left platform and the train that goes to the right platform, both of them were going to the right platform. So I was sat at the left platform for like 40 minutes, waiting for the train to stop there. It was stopping on the fecking other side for some reason. That was great. Apparently that's just how they do things in the morning, because they're running less often. So I guess because they're running less often. Yeah. Oh, this is getting... Whoops-a-daisy. So yeah. This was like... Oh, Christ. 5 o'clock in the morning? I actually don't know when it was. It was early in the morning. The sun had... The sun was coming up at the time. Yeah. So me, I live in a civilized country. A civilized Western nation where shops open at 8 o'clock in the morning. Turns out, Sweden, on a Sunday, they have this weird thing called Protestantism. And what this means is, nowhere fecking opens until 11 o'clock. So I'm out here by myself, looking for breakfast. There's any sort of sustenance, and also for socks. Nowhere is open. Nowhere is open at all. There is no life. I tell a lie, there was life. I saw 5 people before a shop opened. One of these people was the Subway guy. The other 4 of these people, 2 of them were police officers, 2 of them were drunk teenagers of a, dare I say it, Middle Eastern descent. And the police officers were emptying their drinks out into the road and making them watch when they did it. That was my morning entertainment, was police pouring out these youths' drinks. It was the only life I saw, just Sweden in the morning, which is just insane to me. That they would waste good alcohol like that. But also insane to me that, like, there's just no, everything everywhere is shut on a Sunday morning. Like, that was wild to me. Eventually I found a 7-Eleven. And there was some guy there who I'm assuming was also foreign. So I went in there, I've got my phone out with the camera set to translate. Awkwardly aiming the camera over like the baked goods in the 7-Eleven. And the guy's like, what are you doing? You're like trying to steal my prices or something, what's going on here? I was trying to explain. And he was having a good joke of it, but like, I wasn't in the mood, so I was completely potatoing. I thought he was being... I knew he was joking, but I was kind of like also taking it seriously, because I couldn't deal with a joke right then. Do I want to use this now? I don't want to use this now. Let's go temple. So yeah, I had a ham and cheese pastry thing. That was nice. That was my breakfast on that morning. And then I had about 4 hours to do anything. No one was open but selling socks. The only places that were open that sold socks only sold women's socks. Which is, I don't know, that's Sweden for you, I guess. So yeah, I had a nice walk around the city, and as Max said, I wasn't walking good, because of reasons. So, walking around the city at like 5 AM.
Really? Here's your allowance.
I mean, I had a good walk around. I went to a lot of places in the city. It's a lot of the sights, but it destroyed my feet more than they already were. And there was a lot of walking I did that morning, because there was nothing else to do. Like, Jesus Christ, why is everything closed on a Sunday morning? And yeah, why is there only women's socks? Like, I was asking, like, the customer assistants and everything, and they were like, hey, that is, like, they were even like, hey, this is weird, we only have women's socks. who knows what's wrong with this country. But apparently Berlin, it's not just a morning, everything's closed Berlin on Sunday. Alright Max, see ya. Love you. Enjoy work. I mean, men's socks are available in the UK. So, I don't know what Sweden's problem is. I mean, after that point, there's not really much more to this story. Aside from... I went sightseeing. Only everything was closed, so I looked at buildings. And then eventually, when everyone else had woke up, we went to PDXCon. And I hadn't slept, mind. So I was tired. I did not have a good time that day at the convention. I mean, the convention was kind of... I didn't really enjoy the convention, if I'm going to be honest. I don't know. I didn't really... It wasn't for me, that convention. It was also packed full of people, Jesus Christ, I hated that. But yeah, so that convention day, I was so tired. I love CK2, and they were showing off Holy Fury at this, so that was good. I did like that. I love CK2, dude. I was gonna go grab this scat. Literally, why what? When I'm gonna go grab this scat, or why do I love CK2? CK2 is, to me, just incredibly enjoyable. I don't know why. I think I may have played too much of it though, because I can't get into it recently, which normally just means you know, I'm waiting for the itch to strike again. Lucky, my dude, when was the last time you played CK2? That wasn't the question, but sure. Yeah. See, there's your problem. You played a Paradox game on release?
Thank you.
Yeah, since would have been around Reaper's due time. They overhauled a lot of the game. They optimized the magic code that makes the game work. And since then, it's been the up and up. Oh man, this bacon smells nice. lot of people say CK2 is like EU4 but The Sims. I don't know. I don't really like that comparison. Like, I feel like you can have as much tactical or strategic depth or what have you in CK2 as you can in the EU4. But you get the bonus of during peacetime there's actually stuff going on. And also I do really like the Sims games. I will never not admit that. I think The Sims are fantastic games. Sims 3 is an amazing game. It just is a shame that it's like 6,000 gigabytes. I am a woman, Lucky. You got a problem with that? Oh no, don't put me to sleep. There's this. Oh no, house is on fire. Sorry about that, guys. My mixtape just dropped. That is true, Lucky. Why are you still awake? So it was this game that had the Ghibli artist. I swear it said on the game box, but I couldn't find it earlier. I'm a late sleeper because I've lost control of my life. Yeah, they're pretty Ghibli. Alright, that's round one complete, 2 to go. Ah, you wanker. I really thought I would have got them. I'll do 2 rotations of this guy. I mean, same, yeah. I mean, not that I like you or anything, Lucky, but I do enjoy talking to you. I don't know why we don't DM anymore. That's probably your fault. Will you stop? Really? No, 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 no. Hit those juicy memes, dude. It's gonna heal up so I have decent stats for the 3rd round. Oh, BRB. Right, I have a couple of bacon butties and a cup of tea, so I think, yeah, I'll finish this advancement test, and then I'll stop streaming. You reread Kaku Kao Shikaichika? What is that, my dude? I don't speak weep. Give it to me in American. Oh, we're fucked. I never really got into weeb picture books. I don't know why. I used to really like reading. Blank Canvas, My So-Called Artist Journey. No! Wait, no, with one. Skin of the teeth, skin of the teeth, skin of the teeth. Alright. Freeport, are you still here? Or Strudel? However are you two.
Are you in?
First one to speak.
Harvest anything? Or
It tears you up. What are you? Some sort of beta male? Okay, Strudel. Do you want to be a healing guy or someone who makes the enemy fall asleep?
thank you.
You go with sleep. Strudel. R. Strudel. Capital C. Alright, so I'm gonna call it here. But we have Lucky, physical attack, min-max, magic attack. Strudel. Wait, that's dark hit, that's not sleep. Oh no. Oh no. That's not right. I've made a mistake. Oh well. And then Healy Boy, who doesn't have a name yet. How did I get a dark hit but not... Huh. I really should have paid attention to that. Well, Strudel, looks like you blind people now. That's your job. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for talking to me and listening to whatever crap I had to say. Good night.